mag-share ng aking testimony. At pipilit ko po siya kasi nakabahan ako. Tsaka para hindi ko po siya makalimutan. So, ito na po, magsisimula na po ako. Taglish po ito. Maintindihan po natin lahat. Okay. When I was asked by Ate Jen to give a testimony for today's Thanksgiving anniversary celebration, the first thing that came to mind was the question, tungkol saan? It was 4 years ago when I first encountered Jesus in my life during the 2014 Fearless Youth Summit. And since then, I've never been the same. My life became extraordinary from 0 to 100. I'm not even exaggerating, but every day, I still experience God's grace and tiny miracles. So, my greatest dilemma for the past few days was to pick one out of God's countless works in my life to share with you guys. What would it be? Sabi po sa Ezekiel 47 verse 9, "And it shall come to pass that everything that liveth, which moveth, whithersoever the river shall come, shall live, and everything shall live, whither the river cometh." These words stood out from the rest in our theme verses for me. Why? Because the Holy Spirit reminded me that I once was dead from within, but Jesus came rushing in, the fountain of life, the living water, and He reached me. He revived my spirit who was dead from sin. And from that moment, I truly knew Him as my personal Savior. But I didn't see it coming that He didn't only plan to reach me. He revealed Himself to me through His Word. I remember the first time He delivered me His promise in Isaiah 60 verses 15 to 16. I discovered Him as my best friend, and He stood as my loving, caring, merciful and compassionate Father. Since I don't have one by my side, my ears became more and more familiar with His voice until I finally heard Him say, "Maglingkod ka na, anak." He revealed Himself to me, and I willingly responded to this great gift and privilege. I committed to serve as a music minister, having no experience on singing or anything related to music. Upon serving, ang daming dumating na problema sa buhay ko at sa pamilya ko. At some point in our lives, some of you may relate to this experience of mine, in which I started to ask the Lord questions like, bakit may nayaang nangyari to, Lord? Matatapos pa ba to? Sasagutin mo ba, Lord, yung mga panalangin ko? And I'm very confident that we all arrived to answers which led to the famous quote, "Everything has a purpose." Yes, the Lord got me through my troubles, and not only did He prove that He was in control of my life, He also showed Himself faithful by continually delivering me from my trials. For me, He was no longer the God I used to know or imagine. He was no longer this piece of wood carved into an image, a giant up in the sky, an angry, cruel, and punishing God, and that kind of God you can make fun of. No, as He took me deeper into knowing and understanding who He is and His qualities, I've fallen in love deeply. I've fallen deeply in love to the one and only God, who is my Father, my Savior, my best friend, my strength, my joy and comfort. I have witnessed His awesome, marvelous, and amazing deeds. I've experienced the greatness of His power, the gentleness of His touch, and the warmth of His glorious presence. He is impossible to be contained in human minds, and far more impossible to be described with mortal words. But as I continue to be overcome by Him, He Himself shows and reveals who He is in my life. I never wanted to go back to the shallow life I was living before. Lubos na masaya sa piling ng Panginoon, hindi iyon corny, lalo hindi iyon nakakahiya. There is more to this life if you live it out completely for Jesus. At wala akong kakayahan na sabihin yun within a 5-minute testimony. But it is all for us to encounter God personally, every single moment, every day. And now, my greatest dilemma was solved. How could I possibly share anything aside from Jesus? That was all that God wanted me to say. All He wanted to come out of this mouth is Jesus and Jesus alone. That is through God's Spirit. With Jesus, you won't drown in deep waters. Let Him take you deeper into His love. With Jesus, you won't drown in deep waters. You'll be able to breathe through it. Glory be to God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. Thank you po. Happy anniversary.